Hey guys, King Jad here. I've been wanting to do something with the the I'll react to Howard and Rambo fucking video, but I've not actually watched it. It's been hard to try and figure out how to watch all of it, and I've come to the conclusion that Phil actually does some kind of summary here. It looks like for the last 20 odd minutes, so I'm kind of curious to see how he responds in some sort of kind of wrap up of him watching the whole thing and him basically explaining what he does. Well, basically how he tries to justify the whole thing and everything that was said there and all that nonsense. I'm just kind of curious to see his take on it and respond to it myself from what I remember at the time, because I was a witness to this happening as a detractor at the time. I got back to like fucking 2013, I think, or some push, or 2014. Put it this way, I remember the IRC days, you know, when Phil used like MIRC for chat because I didn't trust like Twitch chat and properly or whatever shit or YouTube chat before. He used MIRC chat, which is fucking nonsensical, but it's just the way Phil operated at the time. But yeah, let's play the video and I will react and I'll pause and ramble, I guess, if I have to. So let's see.
Okay, so that's the end. That's the very last second. I didn't leave anything else out. Okay, so here's the epilogue, because of course everyone wants to know, well, what happened? What happened when this was released? How did this affect me? How did it all end? All right. So this was released. I can finally take this off. Thank God. This was released 3 days after my Thanksgiving vlog. It was released, like I said, on that Uncanny Not Men channel. Why they had to make a new channel to put this up, I have no idea.
I think they kind of explained that. They didn't want to have any of their own channels associated with this React. They made a brand new channel specifically for this one video. They made a throwaway YouTube account specifically to make this video so it wouldn't be associated with their other normal content. I'm pretty sure that was explained at the time by them. But yeah, they just made a throwaway channel just because they didn't want this toxic response, you know, about such a toxic person associated with the rest of their normal content. So that is self-explanatory in my opinion.
Apparently within, a day or so of it being released, not only was the video deleted, the channel was too. Okay, completely deleted from the internet. But the internet doesn't forget. And immediately it had been ripped, archived, and reposted all over the internet. So even though the original is not intact, this still has been all over the internet. All right? So what happened? I got contacted by everybody. By my fans, by my haters, longtime friends like the Airy Lord, all reached out to me saying, damn, Phil, wow, don't know if you're aware, but, apparently your former friends have put out a hit piece against you. And we have no idea if it's real or not, or true or not. Well, not real or not, but we don't know if what they're saying is true or not. But my God, some of the things they say in this video are pretty damning. To the point where it really feels like character assassination. But if it's true, obviously, you're pretty fucked. This is probably like the end of your career on the internet. All right? So bad.
As a detractor at the time, it's hard to kind of deny that might actually have a shadow of truth to it. You know, a lot of detractors at the time when witnessing this did feel like this was going to absolutely annihilate him, kind of, because these are his two, well, I say best friend. John Rambo was one of his best friends, obviously, but Howard was so associated with him as well. Project 7 as well. It was those three as the faces of Project 7. Those were the three main characters of that show, and it was such a big hit at the time for Phil's channel and all that shit, and Machinima as well. And it's such a... So the fact is, these guys coming out and just fucking slaughtering Phil and just really highlighting his character flaws and traits and spilling some of these dirty secrets like Phil was like what Phil was doing behind the scenes and that shit, just to kind of really, a lot of us did think at the time, yeah, this is going to really hurt Phil and it's going to be hard for him to kind of bounce back from something like this happening to him. But well, lo and behold, it's been what, fucking 7 years later or something, he's still fucking going like some goddamn cockroach. So well done, Phil, for having the perseverance, I guess.
So, is it true or not? A lot of people ask me that. I said, I'm not even going to answer that. I don't know. I didn't watch it, yet at that time. So, certain people start telling me what's in the video. I didn't watch it yet. Certain people start telling me what's in the video. And they say, basically, not only did they have issues with Project 7, but they had issues with your way you talked about Scott. They literally say in the video, you know, horrible things about you, saying you're a drunk, basically. Of course, they didn't say that. They said this is what they think. That you're a drunk, that you're an abusive friend, all this stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? Oh, well, they said that you called them in the middle of the night. Or not called them, excuse me. Texted them in the middle of the night. Sounded like you were drunk. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, you know, it's one thing if they put a video out and they're going to say, Phil's a jerk or whatever. It's another thing if they're now telling the internet, oh, so Phil's a depressed drunk, you know, which is essentially what you can piece together from that video. All right? Now, I said, what do I do about this? So, well, I could address it publicly, or I could take action immediately to make sure that the fucked up things that I'm doing when I'm drunk don't happen again. All right? So what did I do? Deleted not only their numbers from my phone, I deleted the entire history of us ever talking.
What? Wait, so instead of calling them, he deleted their goddamn number so I couldn't call them. His response was basically just to act like some kind of angry fucking teen and just go nuclear on their contact details. What the fuck? So he could have... So he just wiped all their... What? That's his idea of a good response. It's like, fuck you guys, I'm never talking to you again. Yeah. So Phil's excuse for not calling him after all this time was he immediately fucking just wiped all the details from his phone. What? I'm still trying to process that. What's the... Let me rewind. I need to rewind that shit. Let's go back.
Which is essentially what you can piece together from that video. All right?
Right.
Now, I said, what do I do about this?
Yes.
So, well, I could address it publicly, or I could take action immediately to make sure that the fucked up things that I'm doing when I'm drunk don't happen again.
And even before saying that, I was just thinking now, like, obviously, he still had some weird things. Remember when Leanna left him and he kind of tweeted some random things like PA or something, and like some random image of like his fucking coffee nightstand or some pish. It was weird. He had these like kind of weird drunk tweets. You know, it didn't make sense. And obviously Phil was at his time still. So this was like after. This was after Leanna had left him. So this is like a year or two, I think, after this video had happened. So he obviously didn't learn his lesson. He was still doing stupid shit while drunk with his phone. So yeah, I'm still in disbelief about this, but...
Alright, so what did I do? Deleted not only their numbers from my phone, I deleted the entire history of us ever talking. Alright? Emails.
What?
Deleted it all.
What?
Because I knew that when you're depressed and drunk, you always want to go back to that shit. Because it's happened to me before. I deleted it all. There's nothing. There's no history left. It's gone. From my phone, from everything, from my emails, gone. Nothing. There's no correspondence left between me and them. All deleted. Basically within a day. I got rid of it all.
This is such a stupid way to approach it. It's not really a mature adult thing to do. It's an incredibly salty, immature thing to do, and it's typical Phil Burnell. That fucking face. That's a face you just want to punch.
Because I didn't want to have a chance that I would get drunk and depressed again and reach out to them again. Because they made it pretty abundantly clear in this video they didn't ever want to hear from me again. At least...
Oh, come on, they said to fucking call them. They actually literally said in the end of the thing there, look, give us a call. Rambo specifically was asking you to call him. Like you promised him. And you're fucking bullshitting there. That's an absolute load of shite. Obviously, I guess when Phil's trying to retcon us to say, like, it was how he felt and he hadn't watched it properly at the time, but you specifically hear Rambo at the end of this fucking thing, hey, look, just give us a call that you promised. I said, I've seen bits and pieces of this, but I've not watched all fucking 8 hours because it's a fucking dumpster fire of how you fucking meant to find time in the fucking goddamn day to watch the whole goddamn thing and then trying to cite it all. So, fucking hell. I've been watching some of this fucking last part, as I said earlier on there, and I thought, okay, the last 20 minutes, wherever Phil goes on his wee kind of pro, epilogue of sorts, and I can fucking maybe try and react to this. But even then, I've not seen this part yet, and this is fucking news to me. And then Phil just trying to bullshit his fans into saying, like, they didn't want me to get in touch with me anyways. It's fucking nonsensical.
At least that's the way that I take it. When someone's saying to you, you monetize the death of your friend, and you publicize...
You did absolutely do that, yes. So they're saying that, but they're saying it because it's true.
their death. You didn't pay us what you owed us.
Yes, it's true.
You constantly said nasty things about us, and we basically have had it.
Yes, that's true.
You know, you're drunk, you're texting us at night, doing all this fucked up stuff.
Yeah, this is all absolutely true though, but the fact of the matter is they still asked you to call them as well, even though they described all the things that you did that was fucked up. They still wanted you to fucking call.
When again, I didn't watch the video yet. This is people telling me this.
And so basically, you do the classic thing. So you have an absolute fucking go at so many people that hate your content, and you're fucking like, oh, they're watching detractor stuff, they're watching This Is How You Don't Play, they're watching things out of context. They never watch the raw context and content from me to judge for themselves. They're always relying on the detractors and their words and their out of context clips to make an opinion on what me and my channel is like. You're always bitching and moaning about people doing that. Yeah, it's perfectly fine for you to do it to them. Your best friends. You didn't fucking do them a justice of watching what they made. You just assumed off hearsay what people were telling you, and you fucking made this huge, massive decision just like that without even checking for yourself information, the full facts. You're a fucking hypocrite, Phil. You're a fucking hypocrite.
So my initial reaction is, I guess I don't want a chance ever doing that again. So I deleted it all. So as of that moment, which is probably like the day after they released the video, I had no chance to ever reach out to them because I didn't have their contact information. I deleted it completely. Okay.
It's your own bloody fault. It's nobody but you to blame for that, you fucking idiot.
I don't have it anymore. Which is a good thing. I feel it was the right thing to do, because if I had become drunk again and did something stupid, what if I was depressed? Who knows what it would have been at that point, right? So that was that, and that was done. As I told you, I did not actually watch the recording until months and months, if not like a year later. I'm trying to actually remember. All right. And at that point, like, I deleted everything. And, in my mind, I'm thinking, if these guys ever want to talk to me again, they'll reach out to me and they'll talk to me. They have my information. I'm the public figure here. I'm the one who has a YouTube channel, a Twitch channel. I don't know if I was doing YouTube or Twitch at the time, but you know what I'm saying?
The fucking, a narcissist fucking just coming streaming out here, man. It's like, I'm the one that's the most famous one of the three of us, so that they want my attention, they must reach out to me. What the fuck kind of attitude is that? Like, what? How can you think this is a normal way to react and behave with your former best fucking friends? How? Jesus Christ.
A Twitter, they still have, they knew my address, they still had my cell phone number. If they had a desire to ever reach out and talk to me ever again, they could have. All right. But what's funny is, in this video, you've seen it now in its entirety. All right. The things they've said about me, the accusations they've made, I've fessed up to the things that I feel I did. There's a lot of things in this video that are completely either misconstrued or actually completely exaggerated to a point of absurdity. The fact that they would say I publicized and profited off of Scott's death is probably one of the most insulting things anyone could ever say to anyone. And when that is said about me, I don't have a desire to ever talk to you ever again.
It's one of those things. Howard really went in hard on you when he said that originally. Like, you have no respect for fucking people. He went really hard, and it's one of those things. I'm sure Phil did have a respect for his friend or whatever, but it's one of those things where I don't think, I'm going to assume here, but I think it's a very safe assumption. I don't imagine Phil tried to reach out to his old friend T's family or whatever and said to him, look, is it alright if I make a little something out of respect for T? I really liked him back. I don't think Phil had the fucking forward thinking and, the emotional empathy to think of, well, what if T's family just see something like this randomly, even though Phil's trying to do something what he feels is a nice thing to do. The fact of the matter is, it was still a monetized video, and it's whether as well that they wanted it publicised in such a manner like that. So it's one of those things. Obviously, the main anger that got caused here is that obviously not only did monetized it, but it publicised the information. I don't know how much information was out there at the time about the death, but Phil just suddenly announcing it publicly like that, and apparently it did ruffle some feathers, like going about Howard was saying anyway. But yeah, the fact of the matter is, so you did kind of monetize and publicize your old Street Fighter friend's death. There's no disputing that. That's just a simple fact of the matter. Whether your intentions, obviously, I don't think you had bad intentions doing it. You were just extremely misguided and naive. That's just how I'm going to word that.
Okay? That's, of all the things you can say in this video, fine. That's the one that's like, you can't come back from that. You know what I'm saying? When I actually finally watched this video and I saw the malicious way that Howard was saying stuff like that, I was like, that is it. I've never, ever will want to speak with this man ever again in my life.
Fucking petty. Howard was pissed with you and he was not holding back. You couldn't fucking handle someone being brutally forthcoming and honest with you. I assume Rambo dealt with you with fucking kid gloves the whole time and he just got fucking fed up with it clearly himself, but Howard obviously didn't give a fuck to try and hand you with kid gloves and just said, look, I'm just not going to fucking hold back in this clown. Things need to be said. At times, in the original React video that Howard and Rambo made, I can see why Phil would get, annoyed with Howard. Some of his tone at a time, he really did come across like very salty and aggressive himself, you know what I mean? And at times you could argue, just saying that he's got no respect for teen or shit, I think you can argue it was too far. We have no, obviously, me as a detractor, I got no idea what the relationships and all shit were like. I think obviously Phil did have some level of kind of oddness for some of his old Street Fighter pal or whatever, but it's just the whole, he just lacked the fucking emotional empathy, knowledge, it's just kind of, he just didn't have the fucking sense, really, in terms of how to handle that, and so he just went to his fucking go-to method of how he usually handles everything usually at this time. I'm going to make a video about it. Do I have friends? Okay, let's make a video with friends. Do I have something I want to talk about? Okay, let's make a video about it. His go-to was making videos. Everything at his time, especially back then, he had his life, it literally was so transparent. He would fucking film himself eating food and film himself fucking making shit in the middle of the night and all that, and film himself watching TV and opening fucking packages. He shared so much fucking random shit. He was so goddamn transparent. His go-to was, let's make a video about it. And so, when it came time to, like, when he learned about his T's passing or whatever, and he thought, I want to do something about this, his go-to was, make a video. It's how Phil was just wired, or how he'd wired himself at that point anyway, from fucking YouTube mode, after all those years. But yeah, Howard went in a bit hard, and maybe unnecessarily went a bit too far, which was just some of those jabs saying that he's got no respect for not shit. But it's one of those things as well. Howard was obviously agitated with what Phil had done, and Phil is just seen this as an absolute attack on him as a character rather than just what he did. He thinks Howard's just hating him just for the sake of it, or something like that. I don't know. But fucking Phil is acting like such a bitch here, saying, I never want to talk to him again. Jesus Christ, get over yourself.
I wish him the best. Hope he has a great life. But if anything, what this has shown me is a pattern of behavior of someone who, when they're in your face, they're friendly to you. They claim they like you. They want to be in stuff with you, content. They want to go on trips. But then all of a sudden, behind your back, they're constantly saying bad things about you. They're saying this and that about you. Oh, you should have paid. You didn't pay. Oh, you should have done this. You didn't do this. You're a bad friend. You're this. You're that. You're publicizing that. You're doing that. What? Wow. And never once was that ever brought up to me. Ever. Howard, not once ever said a word to me negatively. Never. Okay? Rambo did. A few times. Like I said, probably twice when I lived in Connecticut. Each time we had the conversation, I'm sorry, I screwed up. He forgave me. We moved on positively with our lives. We kept having a relationship where we'd make content together. We'd have fun together. I paid for all the, the trip shit and all that for most of the time. Not 100% of the time, but most of the time. If it had something to do with, cost of gas, hotel room or whatever, getting access to the events, that was me. It all continued. After these conversations we had that were, oh, you did something wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. I really bad. I was insecure. I screwed up. All right, I forgive you. Great, let's keep.
But the thing is, though, Rambo explained in the video as well originally that even though you kept saying sorry, it never seemed like you meant it. Rambo kept challenging you about this, and you said, oh, I'm sorry, and then you fucking just went back to normal, essentially. You thought saying sorry was the end of the matter, and you could just basically forget about learning the lesson of why you had to say sorry. You never learned from the mistakes of having to say sorry in the first place. That's what Rambo was trying to imply. You just said sorry for the sake of saying sorry and moving on, and then things basically kept happening the same way again. That's why fucking Rambo kept having to challenge you about it. And yeah, I'll agree. If Howard never actually confronted you directly, then that's definitely on Howard, and it's something that I assume he regrets it so much that he fucking felt he had to vent as much as he did in his video. Howard probably should have maybe had some more brass in them, just to fucking step up and, say, hey, this fucking, I do this and do that. The fact, I don't know why he didn't. I can only imagine that maybe he felt, maybe there was, I'm just going to guess here, right? I've got no idea what fucking Howard's like, I've got no idea what Rambo's like, I've got no idea what Phil's like, other than what we see online, we've got no idea what Phil is like, but we've got a rough idea what kind of fucking person he is. I can imagine that if Howard tried to confront Phil about this in the past, I don't think it would have. I can imagine that Howard maybe sensed that maybe he was a bit intimidated trying to confront Phil, because Phil obviously had invested some money into Project 7 himself, even though the editing was like Howard's guys essentially, and all that, the Respect to Pack guys, and he got them involved. It's one of those things where it's like if Howard tries to challenge Phil about this and Phil takes the huff of it, that could be the end of the project. So I'm imagining that Howard maybe just shat it a wee bit in terms of trying to confront Phil. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that why didn't Howard have some more confidence or nerve to confront Phil in the first place? He felt so angry that he brings up in this kind of video, which is a point. That's what I'm saying. Phil's actually got a point. If Phil's being honest here, that Howard never actually confronted him directly. Almost one of those things as well. It's like if Phil in a situation thinks these guys don't want money, obviously you're doing well for yourself. And it's just one of those things as well. Phil was saying, like, I'm not going to. It's like, this is. I think he was trying to say that because Project 7 hadn't made him any money, he didn't want to put any money from other stuff to go into it. Because Project 7 wasn't making him money, he didn't want to invest any more money into it. He was getting himself like a BMW, leasing the BMW and buying all these dumbass statues, but that was from his fucking YouTube income. So my analogy, right, my comparison analogy, right, is if I imagine if Phil had a successful little hole in the wall, little kind of a burger place or something, or a food place, I'll call it like a breakfast place, right? Imagine it's like a hole in the wall kind of breakfast joint where people can just stop by, and it's on a good spot, you know what I mean? So like drivers go by or whatever, and fucking just commuters go by, and they can get some good grub, just like, a roll and bacon or whatever, a roll and sausage, it's all whatever, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, like a burger as well. And it does well. And imagine Phil does well with his initial project, he's making good money from this little hole in the wall, thing, and he decides, I've got the money to expand now, I can do other things, and I'm going to buy myself a little cafe, and I'm maybe a little restaurant even, so he expands. He has his wee hole in the wall thing, which is still doing well, and then he buys a restaurant to fucking take charge of as well, because he's doing so well. And he's going to, and his DSP Gaming Eatery is really launching big time. But then he's like to the waiters, guys, I've not made any money yet from this restaurant, so you guys and the chef cannot get paid yet until this place starts making me money. Even though I'm doing so well with my original business, I'm not going to invest any of that money into this business, because that is my money that I've earned. So this place needs to start making me money before I start investing it, which means I can't pay you guys a wage. Good luck getting tips. So it's such a fucked up thing for Phil to just say, look, I'm not investing any more money into Project 7 or whatever, because the money that I've made and other stuff on my channel is from other stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of weird. And that it had such a weird thing where he tried to justify why he wasn't giving anyone else any money. It's so weird. You pay people for the hard work they do. Even to this day, Phil does not pay people for the work they do. People give him so much. They give him fucking games. They give him game codes. They give him art for his dumbass pre-stream. They give him thumbnails. They fucking make dumbass music for him for his pre-stream as well. And all that shit. They do everything for him. They hold his hand, and not once has Phil said, thanks, here's a little something for you. Here's a little, here's $5. Doesn't even offer him $5, it seems. It does nothing. Just, can you do this for me? Well, thank you very much. I will give you a shout out if you want. Do you want to stay anonymous? Fair enough. You don't want people coming after you because you fucking gave me art? Fair enough. The least he could do is fucking throw a little money for the fucking hard work that people are doing on his behalf, so he can make money off them, essentially.
Keep going, right? Let's have a fun life together here as friends. So the fact that, you know, I move, and it seemed like the moment I moved, that was the end. The moment I moved, the attitudes changed, right? The moment I fucking moved, it was, oh, there's another reason why I can't do this. There's another reason. There's another reason. Now I'm not even going to give you the reason anymore. I'm just not going to respond to you anymore. And we've already gone through this, so you know the situation. I was in the wrong a lot, but this is not a situation that was one-sided. This is a situation that was kind of two-sided, and it seems to me that now that you watch this in its entirety and you get the frames of reference, what you see happen, it was a combination of many different factors, including trolling to both of us on both sides. I could handle the trolling, even though I very frequently mismanaged it and said dumb shit because of it. I carried on. They could not. They were feeling so hurt by the troll. Oh, your fans, your misguided fans came and insulted me. They were my fans. Those are the same trolls that troll me on a daily basis, but you for some reason thought, right, that they were my fans. They're not. These are the same people. They orchestrated shit.
Can you prove this, Phil? Can you prove that none of these guys were your fans? Can you absolutely say for certainty that none of your committed, diehard fans went and responded after hearing you be a little bit salty, say like, where's John? I've not heard from John. Can you guarantee that not one of your fans went to John Rambo and said, hey, why are you ignoring Phil? What has Phil done wrong, you big nose fuck? Can you guarantee that none of your fans did that? You can't. You cannot guarantee that whatsoever. You're just guessing. You have no evidence or proof to back up your claims. You have got some weird fucking fans. There's a lot of weird fucking people on both sides of the divide. There's certainly some weird ass fucking detractors. I'm one of them. I'm a weird detractor. I fucking make dumbass DSP songs sometimes. But the fact of the matter is, though, you cannot guarantee you're saying this as a certainty when you know you can't prove it. You know, it's a false fucking narrative to push here. You can say you never sent any of your fans that shit, which is true. You wouldn't have openly sent any of your fans to fucking John and fucking ask him where the fuck he is and all that shit. But you kept bringing them up. You kept fucking bringing them up non-stop, and so your fans are going to hear that and think, I wonder where, Phil's right. Where is John? I wonder why Phil can't get in touch with John. Maybe I should try and get in touch with John. Maybe because he's got a Twitter and he's got YouTube and all that. How about we try and get in touch with John for Phil? Phil wants to see where John is. Yeah. Phil said he wants to speak to John, whatever. Let's ask John where he is, and maybe he'll get back in touch with Phil, and Phil will be happy because Phil seemed a bit upset. Yeah, let's do that. The fact of the matter is, Phil, that you can't guarantee what you're claiming here. You're pushing a false story right now. It's just, it's fucking love. He thinks his fans are like fucking angels or something like that. My fans are all mature, responsible adults. They're not kiddies, dumb fuck kiddies and trolls and all shit. Fuck off. Get to fuck. There's a bunch of fucking morons on both sides of the divide, and you know it. You got some dumbass fans. Some of your fucking fans are exceptional. There's no fucking disputing that.
To make us get at each other's throats because they like seeing good things end, right? These miserable fucktard people who just want to end good things on the internet because they can.
Wait. So it's the trolls. He's blaming the trolls for the friendship ending. It's nothing to do with him. His personality and all that shit, him being toxic, him being such a fucking drunk cunt, isn't a factor whatsoever. It was the trolls all along, Austin. Yeah, son of a bitch, it was the trolls. I fucking hell, man. This guy cannot. It's like he kind of semi-owns up to doing some things, but at the end of the day, he'll refuse to accept responsibility for the overall. It's unreal.
They get a good flex out of it. They feel good about themselves when they ruin something good for someone else. And that was a major factor over the years about that. Okay? And you would even say at the end of all of this, you might say, well, Phil, would you ever talk to John and Howard ever again? Howard, no, I'm done. There's zero chance I would ever want to speak another word to that guy after what he said in this video. It's ridiculous. He interjected himself into this video to begin with. He was not the subject matter. The subject matter was supposed to be the friendship between me and John that ended when I moved for some odd reason that now has been extrapolated upon in this video, right? Why is Howard in this video? Howard doesn't like me for various reasons. You can agree with them, you can disagree with them. Maybe you agree with some, you disagree with others. Why is he in this video? The problem was me and Rambo. It always was. We were the ones who were going to have that extended friendship after I moved.
I can only assume that Howard was there because John wanted him there. And John is his friend. How dare Howard be there for his friend when he asked him to be there? How fucking dare Howard be there for his friend? How dare he, Phil?
How the fuck is he in here? What does he have to do with any of this? And he's the one who says the most inflammatory things in this video, and he was never part of the equation. Ever. He acts like he is. He's not. Alright? It's ridiculous. The extent that he's in here as an instigator and the things that he's saying about me, I want nothing to do with this guy. I hope he has a great life. I hope he has a great family with kids and all that. I have no idea. I don't follow the guy. I have no clue. I hope that he's happy. Alright? I really do. I just want nothing to do with him ever again after this. Now, Rambo, here's the thing. You know, I really did love the guy when we were friends. Alright? I did. Absolutely, positively, 100%. I loved the guy. He was one of my closest friends at the time. When I moved, it all ended. It just did. Like, we never were the same after I moved. In fact, I never even felt like we had a meaningful friend-like conversation after I moved, okay? So to me, that friendship ended in 2014. It's now 2022. The guy has no internet presence anymore. All right? I know nothing about him. I hope that he's having a good life. I do. I hope that he's having a good life and he's safe somewhere. All right? However, what could possibly come from me, talking to Rambo at this point in my life? Let's be honest. All right? Let's be honest.
You owe him a phone call, you dick.
We're disconnected for how many years? If anything, what I've learned is, sadly, when it comes to me, no matter what, the negativity ends up rubbing off, right? Can we agree there?
Wait. Is he saying that he's so toxic that he can't have friends? Is he really saying that he has to forego having friendships because he's such a toxic son of a bitch? Is he really just like admitting to this? Is this his opinion? I can't have friends because I'm so toxic. What? That's nothing to do with detractors, not shit or trolls. That's just simply you being a cunt.
Like, even if I'm well-intentioned, even if I don't want anything bad to happen, whether it's trolls, whether it's something else, negative, it always seems to rub off. All right? I'm going to be honest with you guys again. Another thing that I've never really revealed. You may notice, and by the way, this person I'm about to mention is going to be shocked because he didn't know I was going to bring him up in this video. I have a person who I've done co-op with over the years by name Brian, okay? He actually was a friend of Rambo and Howard. He was in Shah's Man a Hole Punch as an actor. Over the years, we've done cooperative gameplay, okay? And he, over the years, has always expressed a desire to do more co-op with me, all right? He's been friendly to me behind the scenes. I've been cold to him, and I don't talk to him that much. And this is why, right? I don't want to engage with a close relationship or a friendship with someone outside of maybe every once in a while you get a little bit of co-op or a little bit of interaction, and that's friendly stuff. I don't want to engage in this kind of friendship again because of this. Because I never once had any issue with these guys in person. And the few times that there were, we hashed it out. But look what happened. Even with all the well-intentions in the world, right? Look what happened, right? It fucking exploded. It got toxic as fuck for everyone. Not just me, for them too. I'm sure on their end, they were constantly being bombarded with toxicity and fucked up things. You know what I'm saying? And in that regard, I don't ever want that to happen to anyone else ever again. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot to unpack here. So he doesn't want to have any friends again in case it goes all to shit again. This is like some kind of, broken-hearted guy. He's like, I'm never going to fall in love again because getting my heart broken hurts. Fuck off. This is some real pussy bullshit. I'm still trying to get my head fucking wrapped in this. I need fucking. It's still 10 minutes fucking to go. Jesus Christ.
I feel like even with the best of intentions, if I had a friendship again with someone like that.
Fuck this. Speed run. I didn't think it would take so long, but we're going to speed run this shit. Right, go.
Yeah, it would just go toxic again. I really feel this, and I know that's fucked up because Brian's a really good guy. He's a nice guy. He's friendly. Every once in a while, he hits me up with like a text. He's like, "What's going on? I want to do something. Let's talk, or I'll just be friends, or you want to do a co-op or whatever." And I know he feels that I ghost him. I don't talk to him a lot. That's on purpose. I almost feel like how can I say it? Like I'm poison. If I try to be friendly with someone for any extended period of time, it's just going to be bad for them. You know, it's fucked up.
Well, what is stopping you from talking to people and not communicating this online? You do it with your parents most of the time. You say you call them once a week. Do people go after your parents? No. Even though your fucking mum deserves a slap for fucking birthing you? No. You tell people you fucking call your folks like once a week and that's it, and detractors usually respect that shit, you know? It's just okay. You keep in touch with your mum and dad. You probably fucking ask for money every time, but you keep in touch with your mum and dad. Fair enough. What is stopping you from actually just reaching out to this Brian guy? I don't know who fucking Brian is, I'm sorry, but the guy is still, despite he's obviously aware of all your faults and all your flaws, and yet he's still reaching out to you. You don't have to fucking do fucking co-ops with him. Fuck that shit. He's probably aware of how fucking shitty and toxic and, you know, as a human being you are, and yet he still seems to linger. Fair play to him if he fucking wants to. That's his fucking decision. But there's absolutely nothing stopping you from, like, just being decent to people that are trying to be nice to you. And you're saying you can't do that because you're afraid of, what, the whole thing going to shit. That is such a stupid fucking approach. I can't even begin to express how fucking much of a dumbass you're sounding here, Phil. Jesus Christ. I need to play. I need to keep playing. Keep playing.
To think that way, I know, but I do. I've got this stigma stuck in my head about this, that this will always happen in my life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like any kind of interaction that I ever would have with Rambo would just be bad for him. That he's probably off there having a good life. He's probably off there having a great time. And I want him to have a great life and a happy life and a family, whatever he wants. I want him to have success. I want him to have notoriety. I want him to love life. All right? Because we had those years together when he was loving life when we were together and we were doing fun stuff together. I know for a fact because he told me, you know? There was always fucked up stuff that was happening kind of in our personal lives, but when we were together doing co-op, we were traveling for a trip, we were having a good time together. That was the highlight, right? So I said, to them, it seemed like it was business. To me, that was fun. To me, that was the fun shit. The fact that I made $1 doing it was hilarious. I'm having fun with my friends. We're making money doing it. This is ridiculous. This is like the best of all situations, the best of all worlds. You know what I'm saying?
The problem now, so the big problem about that is it became, when you always had to try and push money into the equation, the thing is, you always try to make everything into a fucking video at some point, though. This is what one of the biggest problems was, Phil. Okay, it is obviously nice. It's great you can have fun with friends and make money at the same time. Fucking win-win. Everyone would agree that's a cool thing. But the fact of the matter is, it seemed to become the main focus. When the focus is not having fun with your friends, but instead it's, we need to make a video. You know, this is what you kept pushing on him. You kept every time fucking you reached out to Rambo or whatever it was, the next follow-up question was, after the hi, how you doing, was, do you want to do a video? They weren't interested in doing a video, and so you weren't interested in being a friend. You couldn't monetize them, and you just weren't interested in fucking pursuing the friendship because you always try to pursue videos instead. This is your fundamental flaw, Phil. You saw them as colleagues when you didn't see rather than friends. As in, you used them as a tool to try and make money. It's a cruel way to put it, but I think it's a fair way to put it. Obviously Phil cared for him as well. I'm not saying he didn't fucking care for him, but the fact of the matter is that he also cared about money to the extent where he had to try and fucking involve everything into being a fucking video. He can try and say, oh, I was transparent, I was the king of transparency, but no, they didn't fucking, they got to a point where they didn't want to fucking make videos with you. And when they tried to keep in touch, he just wanted to make a video. And they got fucking sick of it. It's as simple as that.
And now I look back at that fondly, but I don't think it'll ever happen again. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm a very different guy now, by the way. I make different content, okay, for a different kind of audience. I am married, happily married. I live across the country. All right, I'm separate. I'm in a situation now where I'm able to successfully make content that doesn't need to have that anymore. I don't rely on someone else to be a part of my content, to have that, you know, there's no possibility toxicity to come over. Why doesn't Phil do online co-op with his viewers? This is why. Toxicity. The trolls getting involved, fucking things up for everyone. Why do I not have any friends outside of my wife? Because this is why. The toxicity. Why does my wife and I have a private life that isn't publicized on the internet? This is why. Do you see?
This is fantastic. So it's just basically he's so goddamn toxic as a human being that he cannot have friends ever again. That's his takeaway from this. Jesus Christ. It's just... So he's the victim. Phil's making himself a victim. He's trying to say, I'm so toxic and horrible that I can't have friends, so I'm the victim. No, Phil, just stop being a cunt.
This is something that's happened to me over and over and over in my life now. Since I became a YouTuber, I'm seeing this happen with even my closest of friends who are supposed to be, you know, the biggest friends of my life, and look what happened. So how can I say that that would not happen again if I were to invite other people into my life as friends, right? So that's why.
Just fucking have normal friends that aren't involved in videos. What's so hard to comprehend about that? Have friends that don't get involved with your content. It's not fucking rocket science.
And, oh, yeah, do I have time for friends? In reality, I don't have a lot of time for friends either. I wouldn't really have much or any time for friends. If anything, I want to spend more time with my wife to begin with anyway. But I don't even get past that first step. You know what I'm saying? I don't even get past that first step of, oh, let's go past the step of, oh, we did a co-op together online, and we had some fun, playing Apex Legends or whatever. Let's now extend that to personal life, have personal conversations. I don't want to go there. I just don't. Because it's toxic shit, and I'm afraid. I am afraid. I'm afraid what's to stop history from repeating itself. I'm in a good place right now, personally in my life. I'm happy with my life. I wish I had more time to spend with my family. I just spent 12 hours on a stream. I'm sure my wife's furious with me, because I'm pretty sure she didn't expect me to be on here as long as I was. Okay? If anything, what I will leave you guys with is this. All right? Some advice, things that I've learned. The first life lesson that I learned out of all of this, all right, is if you're going to mix business with friendship, you absolutely, positively must have a contract. It doesn't matter how friendly you are with the people. It does not matter how much you think you're different from other stories you've heard. Like, I knew about the Screw Attack story with Stuttering Craig and Handsome Tom and how their friendship had fallen apart. I said, that'll never happen to us. Apparently, that's exactly what happened to us. We were no better. We were no smarter. We fell right down the same hole, the same problems. So, no matter what, have a contract in place so that way everyone knows what's going on and there's no unreasonable expectations down the line. What's fair is fair, they said a million times. What's fair to me is what we agreed to, and you guys wanted and never asked for anything more. Not, oh, Phil's some crazy philanthropist who's going to start pulling out wads of money out of his pockets and tossing it in the air, which, by the way, I kind of did whenever we went on trips and shit, and I was paying for stuff and everything. I thought everything was good, you know? Again, wasn't told otherwise. Another life lesson for everyone out there, okay? Geez, hold on. Separate your private life from your public life.
This is something that Phil took a long time to fucking learn. But even, this is what I'm saying, he's saying that he can't have friends because he's worried about being so toxic and it fucking getting ruined and all shit. But then he's saying separate from private. This is what he's like. He thinks he can't have fucking friends because he's worried that they're going to make a video about him saying he's a piece of shit. But if it's a fucking private friendship, then nobody would really know that he's in a fucking, he has friends, essentially. This is what I'm saying. Most content creators don't actually share a huge amount of their fucking offline life with their people. They might fucking do occasional pictures, whatever, but they don't fucking plaster it everywhere for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ, man. Let's just fucking get, I just want to get through this, man. I need to get through the last fucking 5 minutes of this idiot ranting.
Even if you're an internet content creator, you have to have a separation. You can't have every moment of your life documented and put on the internet. And if you have a friendship that's based around things that are only public, it's not really a friendship. Okay? With John, I absolutely had moments that we had private stuff behind the scenes. With Howard, that was never the case. We almost never had anything unless we were making content or whatever for the internet, going to a Street Fighter tournament. You know, that was our interaction. That's not a real friendship. Okay? You should absolutely have a separation between the public and the private, because when you only have everything public facing on the internet, all right, that's when it all goes wrong. You have to have actual, you know, relationships and understandings behind the scenes, or else it's not really a relationship, in my opinion. Okay. Lastly, the last thing I leave you with, it's my longest stream ever. All right. Never be afraid to be upfront and honest with someone about anything. Okay. Never. Same thing that I said in my video from 2015. Sorry, I still believe in it today. If you have an issue with someone, excuse me, I just belched. Tell them. Be upfront and honest and transparent about it. Don't let it stir. Don't let it fester. You know, with John, he did bring up things from time to time with me, and that was good. With Howard, that never happened. He never said a word to me negative, but then he says all this shit behind my back. Apparently, again, a circle of friends that hate me, and then he's involved in the video even though he's not even my friend. Like, what the fuck is this? Right? Don't be afraid to be honest and upfront. If you are honest and upfront with someone about an issue, and they're angry with you because you were, all right, that's not someone who respects you, right? That's not a friend. A friend should be appreciative of the fact that you want to address issues and get them worked out. A friend should be someone who's not offended when you bring up their shortcomings because you want them to understand that you want them to be better, okay? I wasn't like that with them, because when John brought shit up, every time I was like, oh my God, that feeling, like, I can't believe I fucking pissed off John. He's the one person I'd never want to piss off on this planet, and I did, because I fucked up, I did stupid shit, you know? I was never angry that John ever brought up something to me that he called me out for. I was happy that he did, all right? I let him down as a friend over the years, and that's sad to me, you know? And I think at this point, like I said, this is it for me. I'm not bringing this up again. We've covered it for 12 fucking hours. Well, I guess it was more like 10 hours. I'm done with this shit, all right? I'm not talking to Howard ever again. Maybe at some crazy, random chance, at one point in the future, I will talk to Rambo, excuse me. But at this point in my life, I've moved on. I don't think anything good could ever come of it. Being honest, if you call me right now, I'd be like, I don't think I want to answer that phone. Because the moment I answer it, the toxic shit starts coming through the lines again. And I don't want him to be touched by that. I'm sure he has a great life at this point, you know, away from all that shit. He doesn't want to be wrapped up in that shit again. I want him to be happy and separated from this toxic shit that has become my life. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope this is the end.
The toxic shit that has become my life. So Phil's life is toxic shit. He literally just said those words right now. His life is toxic shit.
End of it. You have questions moving forward about John and Howard, watch this. That's it. Done with it. I moved on completely. Not even a topic of discussion for me. All right? I'm a different person now. It's a different life. And I hope that at least some of you learned something out of me doing this. Maybe this will help you to stop from making the same exact mistakes that I made over time. I'm not a perfect guy. Not even close to being a perfect guy. I made tons of mistakes. I'm very regretful of the fact that these guys were hurt by me. And it's sad the way it ended. But, you know, that's life. I think 7 years later, probably all happy with how our lives went. I know I am. I hope they are. And that's that. Okay, guys? That is it. Holy shit. Like I told you guys, I need a break from drama. I'm not doing this shit for a long time. That was too long. I'm done. We're ending it right now. Thank you for watching. Whether you watched on stream, you watched on demand on YouTube, I hope that you learned something. Peace.
Okay, that's the fucking end of it. Thank fuck for that. I didn't think it was going to take fucking 45 minutes or whatever, just for fucking... Jesus Christ, man. So, as I said, I've watched bits and pieces throughout. I've seen clips of the thing throughout, like him, the fake crying and all that shit, you know, and all that nonsense. This is the first time I've seen his epilogue thing, you know. And Jesus Christ, man, I can't believe he's really pushing himself as a victim in all this. Although we kind of knew he would. We knew this was what his plan to do. This is copium. But yeah, he really hates Howard, huh? He fucking really hates that little bastard. There is one thing I'm going to agree with Phil here in terms of Howard. If Howard never once confronted Phil about issues, yeah, Howard, he should be blamed, you know, that's definitely on Howard. Why didn't Howard do anything? Why didn't he say, hey? As I kind of put forward one of my theory earlier on, I think maybe was it perhaps intimidation or fear of anger in Phil in case he got huffy with Project 7 and stuff. You know, like he might just say, okay, get the fuck out of my house where I'm not going to start paying people, you motherfuckers, and all that shit. Like I said as well, he kind of said as well, I'm not paying people with residuals or whatever. He can't be brought up right at the end there. And his wee random rant, I've already covered why that's a dumbass fucking analogy, because I had one dumbass analogy to demonstrate why it'd be dumb for Phil to not use his own earnings and all that shit to try and make something better. Like that's what I'm saying. He has a potential. Project 7 could have been massive for all of them. It really could have been. It had done well at the time, but it's one of those things where if Phil had actually invested some more time into it, Machinima could have really taken it more seriously as well. There's obviously a lot more episodes that was planned. This is something that had a lot of potential, and Phil basically shat it away. It wasn't just Phil, obviously, but I think Phil had the power to make that grow a lot more than it did. But he didn't want to properly invest not only the money, but the effort with the people involved. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to end it there, guys. I didn't think this would be such a long video. People have been wanting me to try and react in some capacity to this, you know, since it happened. And fuck it, I finally got a wee reaction of sorts. I've not seen the whole thing, as I said, because 8 fucking hours, fuck that shit. But hey, I've reacted to the last 20 minutes, so there you go. Better than nothing. This has been King Jad. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.